Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. It is the end of the day. It is hump day. It is in the books. Practice day number 2 is done. And I've been busting a hump trying to get things done. I will go on a little vacation tomorrow. The wife is forcing me to take a vacation because she's worried about my health. But I said the best thing I've been doing is been getting off of my fat behind. She said my behind ain't fat. She said actually your belly is. Anyway, getting off of whatever and moving. I simply have to keep moving so that way I don't have pain. And that's the honest truth. So we'll be leaving tomorrow morning. But of course, the news on the Cowboys don't stop because I'm going out of town. I have thoughts on the Micah Parsons situation. You know, everybody's got thoughts on the situation here. And sitting here at a 205-year-old house, it reminds me why I love history. Because you can learn so much from it. Things that have happened to this house over 205 years have repeated itself over and over again. Technology changes and all that, but the same things, same reasons why we always fight are the same. And if we look back to the history of the Dallas Cowboys, and I kind of lost my cool there with Dan Leo and things because everybody always wants to blame Dak Prescott. He's the reason you have all these problems. I could go along with that if the Dallas Cowboys were winning Super Bowls before Dak Prescott got here. But you have to look at the moment that Jerry Jones' ego got in the way of Jimmy Johnson. That his ego is what runs this team. Like he said on Landman, you know, I didn't buy the Cowboys basically to make money. I bought the Cowboys so I could work with my family every day. And sometimes I feel like he's creating problems so that way they got something to work on. Micah Parsons has voiced his opinion, you know, basically saying, what the F, you know, Cowboys. I'm, you know, showing his frustration. I'm not sure that that's the best thing to do, as CeeDee Lamb pointed out. CeeDee Lamb is like, you know, playing the media game with Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is a master of the media. We all know that. What I think has gone on here is the Cowboys thought that they were going to get this thing done. Handshake deal with Micah Parsons, get this thing signed and done months ago. And Jerry Jones is butthurt that it didn't. And now that it has grown and it actually is egg on their face. Let's be clear here. Jerry Jones is trying to come up with reasons why they waited so long. And there are no good reasons. It's bullshit. Jerry Jones, like any rich person out there, when they get in their feelings, they don't give a rat's ass about the money. And that's where Jerry Jones is trying to figure out, you know, where he goes through and says, you know, well, you know, we shouldn't have paid Trayvon. Well, at the time when you paid Trayvon, that was a team-friendly deal. Him getting injured, that can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. To say that, you know, well, Dak, you know, he got hurt. Well, guess what? Trevor Lawrence got paid the same time as same year as Dak Prescott. He got injured, didn't he? Didn't Kyler Murray get injured? Players get injured. It's the nature of the damn beast. It's a war of attrition. So he's trying to justify that he hasn't made this deal because, you know, of past failures. Well, guess what? That happens. That happens. But see, this is history repeating itself. With D-Law, I don't think y'all remember how it always gets, whenever it comes to paying players, except for Zach Martin, even though he was holding in, it didn't get this ugly. He held in twice. But if you go back to Des Bryant, you remember how he was sullied in the court of public opinion. You know, they talked about there might be a video out there, Mike Farello, there might be a video out there that's 10 times worse than Ray Rice. With D-Law, we heard Catboy say, I remember it distinctively, well, we thought we had a deal with D-Law. We were talking at the combine, and we were looking at about $18 million. And now, he wants 21. And, we don't know where that came from. Okay, it's the price of doing business. The longer it takes, the more it costs. It's kind of like your car. Your check engine light comes on. You can go in and check it, and, something that's minor. You keep on running it, you find out that your oil plug is not in. All of a sudden, instead of it being put the oil plug back in and put some more oil, you got a burnt up engine, and it costs you a hell of a lot more than them putting the damn oil plug back in. Oh, my shoulder. My rotator cuff, which reminded me of D-Law, because my rotator cuff, I heard it standing up those walls. Damn mosquitoes. But with D-Law, unfortunately, every time we've done one of these things, the player has to go out and basically put the Cowboys on blast and put a gun to their head and say, I'm not going to get my shoulder worked on. I'm going to frickin' Cabo, with the exception of Dak finally getting his done. And so, I don't know what the motivation is for Jerry Jones to do this. Because there's not a single one of these times where he's waited for the leaves to fall that it's fallen in his favor. It just hasn't. And now what's happening is, and maybe this is a good thing, that everybody is coalescing around Micah Parsons. And Micah Parsons has kind of got the whole thing of, you know what? If they don't want me, I get it. That's on them. I'll be happy to go elsewhere. And believe me, there will be plenty of teams lining up for his services. And this is straight up Jerry Jones is trying to show that he's the lead dog and that he is not having somebody that he pays get the best of him. You're not going to win this one, Jerry. Because Micah understands. Unlike those other ones, he's learned from history. With the whole beating the player down, we've gone through and, said Zeke wasn't worth the money and we're not going to reset the market. We've gone through. We've soiled Dez Bryant. We've gone through and we've trashed the players. Micah's learned, you're not going to trash me. I'm going to be here doing the right thing, and you're going to be the one who's reaching for some bullshit. They need to get this thing done, because the longer this thing festers, the more it's going to hurt the Dallas Cowboys. And boy, every time I see that woman, she puts a hurting on me. What a lucky man I am. Very lucky. Alrighty, people. That's my thoughts on the Micah Parsons thing. In the end, as I pointed out to people, CeeDee Lamb is... don't go nowhere. Are you... Yeah, I watered all of it. I'm going to water it again in the morning. They were... Because nobody's... I watered them earlier, and they're half dead because they haven't been watered. As I pointed out, CeeDee Lamb's contract, even though he's third highest paid, his cap number is only $15 million. Yeah. It's not as bad as it seems. And look, damn, I didn't get finished fast enough. Now she left. Peace.